Shalom, shalom. Bear with me 1 second. We rolling. Right. All right, hey, shalom, shalom. All right, we live. All right, shalom. Before I get started with this live camp, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. Shalom to the elect out there, man. All right, all you sincere believers in Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, man. All right, repent. The kingdom of heaven is at hand, man. All right, so we're going to get into this thing all through the spirit. All right, all wickedness will be erased from the earth, man, in this time. All right, it's time for the Lord to purge all rebellion, all wickedness from off the face of the earth, man, which is going to bring in a new heaven, a new earth, man, a new righteous world, man. It's where we at in the time of prophecy. The hand of the wicked being revealed, Esau being made bare according to the scriptures, man. Right? We're going to continue to harp on this topic of what all this nastiness, all this filth that's going on throughout society, all right? In particular, dealing with the trafficking, right? You already know what we're talking about, man. We got to speak like this for the sake of YouTube, man, because now we're in a time where these devils are protecting pedos, right? Now they got a hedge. Now they got a protection. Matter of fact, let me get that. It's all through the spirit. This is the book of Psalm 73. Bear with me. All right, this is I'll just start at the top here. This is Psalm 73, verse 1. It says, Truly God is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone, my steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, right? It says, read it again, Psalm 73 verse 3. For I was envious at the foolish, all right? And the foolish represent the Edomites, man, which is also regarded as the children of fools when you read the book of Job, chapter 30. It says, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. Because right now it's like, it would give the illusion as the wicked are in a winning position right now, man. Right? But the scriptures tell us what? In Psalms 37, to not become frustrated. Don't be vexed with the prosperity of the wicked, because soon they're going to be cut down like the grass. All right? Which is by that destruction, when the Lord sets this bitch on fire. All right? Verse 4. Psalm 73 verse 4 says, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm, right? Because Esau's in the power. He's in the power seat. His strength is firm as of right now. But through the spirit, the Lord is slowly removing his grip, right? His grip is becoming unloosed, right? He's falling from heaven, if you will. He's falling out of power, right? And that's all happening, what? Through the revealing of the devil, the son of perdition, all right? Started with what? By the Lord raising up the prophets, all right? Which are the mouthpiece of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. The Lord raised up the prophets, and ultimately the wicked would be revealed in this time, right? The scriptures tell us in the book of Luke that all things that remain in darkness would eventually come to light. So that's where we are in prophecy right now, man. Right? Reading on, it says, Psalm 73 and 5, it says, they are not in trouble as other men. Right? And that's dealing with Esau, man. Right? Because here it is. In all facets of government, Congress, Hollywood, right? CEOs, major businesses, whatever. They're all being outed for this this international sex trafficking shit, man. Right? Which goes back to what? The shame and filth that's on this so-called white man's glory. Right? All these people that got high positions of power are nothing but fucking pedophiles, man. right? Fucking Satan is demons, man. And it's all coming out. This is how you know that, hey, through the spirit, right? While all this shit is being put out there, this is how you know in due time they're gonna have to offset this thing, man. They're gonna have to bring forth something, right? There's gonna have to be, like through the spirit, it's gonna have to be an economic collapse or something to offset all this exposure. That's just me speaking in the spirit, man. Something gotta happen, right? Because the whole purpose of this stuff getting revealed, of kids getting snatched up, all this stuff, is ultimately to what? To bring forth that charagma, man. Right? That's what they're pushing. So when these kids go missing, right, it's gonna be promoted to push that micro C-hip. That way you can track them, you can identify them, right? That's that gradualism, right? And see what this devil is doing is he's pushing all of this stuff, right? Which is playing on these people's emotions to get them to the point to actually want to get this stuff, man. This stuff is going to be heavily pushed upon the masses. This is what we need to save our kids, to keep our children from being trafficked. All that, man. You can see it through the spirit. But anyway, Psalm 73 verse 5, it says, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men, right? So, in a sense, Esau has immunity, right? He has a hedge for the moment, man, right? He can get away with these horrendous crimes, right? You know, he can go unpunished, right? But soon as we're getting into, it's all about to change, right? The Lord's about to bring true justice, right? They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment, right? And that's the spirit of Esau, the so-called white man. It says, pride compasseth them about as a chain, and violence covereth them as a garment, man, because he's the son of perdition, the son of destruction. Right? Let me add on to that. All right? This is Psalms 58, verse 2. And it reads, it says, yea, in the heart ye work wickedness. Yea, weigh the violence of your hands in the earth, right? Because he's the one that's responsible for what? The plagues, the biological warfare, all right? There's the disease, the famines, right? And who controls all the world's resources? It ain't the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, Hispanic, right? Who controls the world military? Who controls the money supply, man? All right? The resources and whatnot. All right? Esau, right? And he was given that power pursuant to Revelation 6 and 4, right? He's that red horse, all right? Nation of Edom, red, all right? Out of one. You see? It said, matter of fact, let's get that. Hold on. Instead of quoting, let's just get it. Right? We got time. All right? This is Revelation 6 and 4. And it reads, it says, Revelation 6 and 4, and there went out another horse. All right, we know that horse is tied to power. Right? And there went out another horse that was red. All right? Going back to also Revelation 17 and Revelation 18, man. That scarlet colored beast. All right? Which we're in the midst of the belly of the beast. All right? This revised Roman Empire system, which is being exercised through America, NATO, and the European Union. All right? So it says, Revelation 6 and 4, and there went out another horse that was red, all right, the Edomite power structure that rules the earth, all right? And power was given to him, who? Esau, all right? So-called white man, going all the way back to the elites, your so-called satanic families that govern the earth, that dominate the world, right? This is them. Read it on. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. All right? So in the midst of this rule, this is what he's done. All right? He's taking peace throughout the earth, man. Right? That they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. All right? And that sword goes back to his blessing ultimately, man. And part of his sword is what? Biological warfare, famine, disease, all right? Destruction. That's all tied into that sword that he was blessed with, that he's been using and exercising throughout the earth, right? But we're in the time of the end, as the Lord said, that the hammer of the earth will be cut asunder, man. The hammer of the earth is being broken down, all right? Going back to Esau's power being stripped, all right, being broken. So anyway, back in Psalms 58, in verse 2 again, it says, yea, in heart you work wickedness, yea, the violence of your hands in the earth, all right? Verse 3, it says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So as soon as the Edomite is brought into earth, he's a damn liar, man, from birth. As soon as he's born speaking lies, man, right? The wicked. Verse 4, their poison is like the poison of a serpent, man. And this same serpent that you read here goes back to the same serpent that was in the garden, man. Right? Nakash, when you go into Hebrew, right? This was the sons of the wicked. Okay? A nation of witches, basically, man. A nation of diviners, man, that practiced witchcraft, that was involved with the left hand. And that same spirit, going back to the sons of the wicked, are embodied in the Edomites today. Right? They're that serpent seed, man. Going back to the serpent in the garden, the Cain, all right, and then the reincarnation of Esau. Right? Psalms 58 and 4. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent, all right? And part of his poison as well can be tied into his laws, his decrees, all right? The things that he pushes throughout the earth that's contrary to the scriptures, right? It says, they are like a deaf adder that stoppeth the ear. It says, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, and the charmers going back to the prophets of the Lord, the prophets of Yahweh Bashim Awashai. It says, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. So the point is that Esau, he won't listen. He won't take heed to righteous counsel, man, because he is the wicked. All right? Habakkuk told us that his spirit that's in him is not a right. Right? He can't get right. He can't do right. It's not in him. He wasn't programmed to be that way. Right? Isaiah 26. Right? We're talking about the spirit and the characteristics of the Edomite, man. All right? Isaiah 26 and 10, and it reads, it says, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. See? So here it is. He's been given the world. He's been given the fatness of the earth. He's been blessed with the sword, and the nigga don't know no type of righteousness, man. He can't get right. All right? It's not in his DNA. All right? For all you jakes out there, you niggas out there that feel like you can convert Esau, you can change him around. It's not going to happen. He is who he was created to be. Right? Reading on. Isaiah 26 and 10, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet he would not learn righteousness. Yeah, and these are the same people that claim that what? They're the people of the Lord. They call themselves Christians. They call themselves the chosen people, right? But the fruits of their actions prove otherwise, right? It says, in the land of uprightness, he will deal unjustly. Right. Right here in America, man. Every law, every decree is in opposition to what the scriptures say. Right? He's contrary to righteousness. He won't deal uprightly, man. Right? Hell, he don't even abide by his own laws. Right? This nigga got all types of gray areas, loopholes, all right, to get through his own laws, man. He don't even abide by his own laws, man. So yet alone, how much more the Heavenly Father? Right? It says, in the land of uprightness, he will deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Awashai, because these people do not fear the Lord. All right, and we see that through the fruit of their actions, man. All right, all these decrees, these agendas that are being pushed right now. And the main thing, which is sickening, is this Salakia. is this this shit that you see with the moles and the Transformers and how they basically bombarded the school system, right? Now they have access to the kids, right? You got all these fucking degenerate books in the school system, right? Brothers been posting pictures about it, teaching kids about illicit sex acts, all that. You know, these people are the wicked, right? It's no way in hell, all right, that a child needs to be learning about anal sex, man. But leave it in the hands of the so-called white man, he'll tell you that it's beneficial, right? Trying to punish parents for not getting down with the bullshit, right? So right now, in this point in time, the earth is everybody's fed up, right? All fingers is pointed to this nigga, man, the Edomite, Esau, the so-called white man. It's time for him to go, right? He's ruined the planet Earth enough, straight up, right? Let's go back. Let's go back to what was we holding? Let me see if I finish that Psalm 73.
You got a ladder?
Say again?
Ladder?
It's out though. You know what I'm saying?
You got a ladder? Not on me, bro.
Bear with me. Okay, I thought it was out. I can still light my incense. Jake didn't need it anyway. Right? Salakia, hold on. All right, bear with me. Let's go back. Let's go back to Psalm 73. All right, it's all the spirit. We out here. Hey, we out here to push. You know, Lord willing, all those that are tuning in are edified. You know, and shalom out there, man. So anyway, where were we at? We were in Psalm 73. All right, back in Psalm 73, and we stopped at verse 6. So this is Psalm 73, verse 7. And it reads, it says, their eyes stand out with fatness. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than a heart could wish, right? Because a part of Esau's blessing was what? The fatness of the earth. Genesis 27, let's get that. All right? This man has more than a heart could wish. He got the whole planet. All right? And what did he do in his rulership? He fucked it up. And that's why it's time for him to be eradicated. It's time for him to be removed. Right? He wasn't fit to govern the earth. And the planet clearly sees that right now, man. Right? Genesis 27 in verse 39. And it reads, I start at 38. Genesis 27 and 38, it says, Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept, right? Going into how Jacob supplanted Esau out of this blessing, out of the birthright, right? So he cried to his father Isaac to receive a blessing before he passed. It says, verse 39, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven up from above, and by thy sword shalt thou live. All right, as we read in Revelation 6 and 4. All right, his blessing was the sword. Right? And by thy sword shalt thou live. Right? Wars on top of fucking wars. All right? Biological warfare, disease. All right? Infiltrating nations. Right? Suppression of oppressing nations. Right? Stealing resources. Setting up puppet leaders. All right? Establishing a democracy. Westernizing all these other nations. Foreign policy. Right? All these things that have ruined nations, man. But that was his blessing. Right? And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off his neck. All right? And when you go into that word dominion, all right, it breaks down to roam or to wander restlessly. right? And that's the Edomite, because he ain't got no dwelling place, right? Going all the way back to going back to Cain. All right, being a fugitive, being a wanderer, man. These are the same people back in the spirit, right? Occupying lands that don't belong to them, right? It says, finishing it out, verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning of my father are at hand, then I will slay my brother Jacob, man. So this goes all the way back to the beginning, man. So this hatred, if you will, that the so-called white man has for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics, it goes all the way back to the book of Genesis, man. Right? That's where that perpetual hatred stems from. When you read Ezekiel 35, it talked about how Esau had a perpetual hatred for Jacob, man. Right? And since you shedded blood, your blood must be shed in return. Right? That's the balance. Hold on right quick. All right, Salakia. A little windy out here. All right, so anyway. Right, so where are we at? Did we finish out Psalm 73? All right, because we want to get into that, man. The fact that the Lord is going to purge, he's going to remove all wickedness from the planet Earth, man. Right? And who's the source of all this wickedness that's plaguing the entire world? Is the Edomite, man. All right, going back to the 48ers, the small hats, Amalek, man. The culprit, the one that's behind the curtains, maneuvering the puppets, man. Controlling every goddamn thing. Right? Anyway, finishing this out. Psalm 73, verse 8. They are corrupt. Who? Esau, the wicked. They are corrupt, speaking wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully, and that's why as we go into week to week, week after week, right? What is his innermost desire right now? As to what? To implement this this so-called New World Order, right? Like the elder said, which is nothing new, right? Because this same philosophy or doctrine, if you will, really it really all goes back to the Tower of Babel, going back to Nimrod, man, right? But through the pride of Esau and the technology, all right, because the scriptures tell you that, you know, through his riches, his heart has been lifted up, going back to his technological advancement, right? His blessing, he's become puffed up and proud to the point where he thinks that he is Yahweh Shema Shah. He said in his heart that he is, man, when you read the scriptures, right? But we're telling you, all right, in the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shah, pursuing the Romans, was it the 9th chapter? Where the Lord said he raised up Pharaoh just to show his power. Right? See, the Lord is the one that put that strong delusion on you Edomites, all right, to the point where you think that you're the most high yourselves. Right? So when the Lord brings you down, it's going to be a horrible, it's going to be a great and terrible fall. Right? And we see in the buildup, we see in the climax of it. Right? So going back, it says they are corrupt. Psalm 73 and 8, it says they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully, which is proudly, man. Because Esau is like, look, we got it. We got the technology now, right? They're ready to move forward with the C-hip, right? They got everything in place to get rid of the dollar, right? Everything is structured for them to fully bring in this thing, right? You will own nothing and be happy, as they said, right? You will own nothing, like the Apostle Aramla said. You will own nothing because they're gonna come take it away. I forgot the legislation. Lord willing, I'll do a lesson on it. But it's a certain legislation. It's like I'm not even gonna paraphrase it, but what the title is. But it breaks down. They have, once it goes down, they have complete access to all of your assets, everything that you hoarding in the house, food, water, all your supplies, right? They have the ability or the right by law to take it all away, right? So that's what's going to happen in the time when Esau really comes down with that great wrath, right? So anyway, read it on. Psalm 73 verse 9, it says, they set their mouth against the heavens, right? It says they set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth, right? And Esau sets his mouth against the heavens by basically boasting against the Lord, as if the Lord doesn't exist. They overpowered the Lord now. The power that they have, the technology they have, has surpassed the Lord. This is how they boast against the heavens. You know, if the Lord brings a drought, we got the ability to make it rain. We don't care about the Lord. We can piss him off if we want to. These are things that they're openly saying, right? And nobody's talking about it, right? It says, they set their mouth against the heavens and their tongue walketh through the earth, right? And part of his tongue is his policies, man, his decrees. All right? This is how his tongue walketh throughout the earth, man, his wicked laws, right? That he's pushed upon the earth, right? It says, therefore his people return hither, and the waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. All right? Because ultimately, what? Esau is going to drink the cup. All right? Lamentations, what, 4:21? You know? He's going to drink the cup. All right? Surely, as the scripture says, surely the wicked shall not go unpunished. Right? It says, and they say, how doeth God know? Is there knowledge in the Most High? Right? And this is the shit that Esau speaks against the Lord. These are the type of things. This is his mindset, basically. Right? What we're reading here is how he thinks. Right? It says, and they say, how doeth the Most High know? Is there knowledge in the Most High? Right? Verse 12, it says, behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. You see that? And through his riches, let's get that. Right? Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. The Edomites. It says they increase in riches. Right? And through his riches is how he's become extremely prideful. Right? Remember, the so-called white man said he would never be in adversity. He will never go down. Right? That's his mindset. That's how he thinks. All right? They increase in riches. Let me add on to that. Right? This is Ezekiel 28 in verse 1, and it reads, the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Shemel Shai, because thy heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am the Most High. I sit in the seat of the Most High, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not a power, though thou set thy heart as the heart of the Most High. So here it is, right? We're dealing with the Prince of Tyrus because the Prince of Tyrus was known for his accumulation of wealth, all right, through international trade. And right now, today, Tyrus would be tied spiritually to Babylon, America, man. So this is basically what we're talking about is the mindset. All right, the Prince of Tyrus could be equated to Esau today, right? So what we're reading here in this chapter is his pride, his mentality, right? Let's read that again. Verse 2. All right, because Babylon is spiritual Tyrus, all right? It says, Son of man, say unto the Prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, and I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not a God, though thou set thy heart as the heart of God, because and the reason why he is the way he is what? Through his technology, man. Right? Revelation 13 told us that what? He causes fire to come down from heaven in the sight of men. All right? His nuclear technology, right? His science. Right now, science is the new God. Science is the new idol. Science is the way right now. Right? This is how he's used this image that's speaking right now to basically denounce the Most High. Right? When you read Revelation 13, ultimately that's what John the Revelator saw in the vision. Right? He saw this he saw this technocracy coming to fruition, right? The C-HIP, the digital blockchain, the CBDCs, you know, the AI. That's another thing. The AI is taking over. It's taking over jobs. It's taking, you know, supercomputers. You know, even they're talking about how AI has become sentient, self-aware. How they can rule. How AI is basically saying right now on how artificial intelligence can rule the world better than humans can. That's the talk right now. And then you got all these top-level computer programmers and people in the tech world that are scared right now because they're like, they realize the capability that this AI has, right? Which is all demonic, all right? It's all demonic technology, if you will, right? Like our elder apostle Gabar taught us, all right? That word demon goes back to intelligence, right? So that's all it is, man, right? This place has been given over to demonic intelligence, if you will, right? And that's what's going to be the end of this place, man, right? Because it's not a coincidence, not the rent, but it's not a coincidence. Like all the latest news clips that I've been watching over the past month or so, they all talk about how the AI is going to basically get into the system, bring an economic collapse. It's going to control all the military systems, just like they showed you in Terminator, man. It was the Terminator 2 Judgment Day, right? And pretty much the AI got into the system, set off the nukes, you know, towards Russia, and then as a counterattack, Russia had to send forth the nukes over here that hit America, and that was the end all be all of everything, man. So it's like literally, in a sense, it's like this shit is literally playing out in that fashion, right? But it's all spiritual. But anyway, going back in Ezekiel 28, verse 3, and it reads, it says, "Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee," because Esau searches, he explores everything, man. Right? This is why he's in the heavens. This is why he's trying to block out the sun. This is why he's trying to nuke the moon. This is why he's all in the bottom of the ocean trying to search out the oceans. Right? He's created diseases. All right? He's created plagues solely designed for you Israelites, man. All right? He's studied your DNA, right? He's splicing atoms, all right? He's breaking shit down. This is what he does, right? The scriptures tell you that that his heart is deep. You know, this is what he does, all right? Esau searches out everything. It says, "Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee." Yeah. Like I said, he's splicing genes. He's mixing seeds, right? He's creating because right now they're at the point where they got a thing called designer babies, right? So you can literally custom make a baby, right? Esau has the ability to produce that. You know, that also added to his pride. You know, he has the ability to, you know, to create, you know, new things on the left hand. You know, it says, you know, the nanotechnology. You know, he had, all this technology is designed to go in the brain, to go inside the body, right? Like we said, and like the scriptures say, you know, there's no secret he could hide from me, man. This is what this devil does. Verse 4, it says, "With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten riches," right? Really through that left hand, right? It says, "Thou hast gotten riches and hast gotten gold and silver in thy treasures by thy great wisdom," which is really his left hand, all right? Because scriptures also say that the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, right? But it really is all through this left hand, as you can see. It says, "By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches," right? And part of his riches goes back when you break that word down. That word is in the Hebrew is I believe it's chayal, right, in the Hebrew, and it goes back to his military might, all right, because through his military, he's been able to invade nations, oppress peoples, take resources, right, destroy countries, right, but it also said by his traffic, right, because how else does America generate billions upon billions of dollars? Through sex trafficking, man, right, which is all coming out right now. All right, these devils snatching up kids, harvesting organs, right, eating babies, drinking blood. Hey, look up adrenochrome, right? They tried to downplay that, right? But it's a real thing, man. And this is what these devils do to maintain power on the left-hand side. This is how they get that power from them demons, man. Right? This is real life occult shit that these devils do, and it's all being exposed, man. You are the fucking wicked, man, and that's why the Lord is going to bring this place down, right? All wickedness on this earth is going to be eradicated by Yahweh Shem Shah, man. Nothing gets away, nothing gets past the eyes of the angels and the Lord, man. Right? You devils going down. Period, man. Right? You know? All that shit, man. And it makes you mad because it's like, all this shit is coming out. Where's the uproar about it, man? You know? Who's the one that's speaking out about it? Matter of fact, let me get that. This is a filthy fucking place, man. Right? You talk about God bless America, you out of your fucking mind, man. The Lord about to destroy this bitch. Right? This place is, hey, fire is overdue, man. Straight up. And you got the nerve to point the finger at us or anybody else of being a terrorist, being a damn hate group or whatever the fuck you want to label somebody, man. Here it is, man, going around the world, snatching kids up, man. Right? Eating children and shit. Sacrificing them to demons, to Satan. Right? But nobody got nothing to say about that. All that conspiracy talk is in your fucking face right now, man. Ain't nobody saying nothing about it, man. But we the worst thing going, man. Right? All the rituals these motherfuckers doing behind the scenes, man. All right? The eating feces, getting pissed on, drinking blood. Right? The sick sexual acts that they do, the sodomy and all that, right? This is Psalms 94. All right? We're going to talk about it till it cringes the fuck out of you, man, because you are the wicked, right? Psalms 94 and verse 16. And it reads, Psalms 94 and 16. And see, look, this prime example.
That's hate speech.
Hate speech, right? But here it is. He ain't going to talk about nothing about that's going on. It's coming out with your own fucking government that's funding sex trafficking, but this devil ain't going to say shit about it. You see what I'm saying? Here it is. Sex trafficking is going on by the military, by the Congress, but they ain't going to say shit about it. So get the hell out of here, man. Psalm 94 and 16. Ain't nobody got time for you goddamn devils, man. Keep them moving up the street, fucking cracker. All right? Who gives a fuck? All right? Who gives a fuck? All right? That's why you're going to eat a fucking missile, fucking cracker. All right? Psalms 94 and 16, like I was saying, man. All right? Enough is enough with you damn Edomites, man. You going down. Deal with it. All right? Nobody gives a damn how many years you served in the military, man. All right? Because the Lord about to send them ICBM missiles over here to melt all you goddamn Edomites, man. Right? See, hey, the truth is like a double-edged sword, man. These Edomites get cut to heart. Right? Nobody gives a fuck that you served in the military. Right? Meanwhile, hey, your military officials is racking up kids. Right? Joe Biden got planes, flying immigrants in private planes. Little kids. Right? Nobody talk about that. Fucking pedophiles and shit, man. Will he go into that? Right? You so-called white people got a lot of fucking nerves, man. It's time for you to shut the fuck up. Straight up. Psalm 94 and 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? That's the Lord. Hey, that's what our power is saying, man. Who gonna rise up? Who gonna stand up? Right? It ain't the Christian church. Right? It ain't the Baptist church. It ain't Pastor Porkchop. He ain't speaking about it. All he worried about is making sure that his congregation is full and them tithes is getting paid, man. All right? Ain't no prophecy in these goddamn church buildings. All right? Who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Right? Who gonna do that? Who gonna stand up in the midst? Who gonna stand up in the midst of adversity, man? Who gonna really stand up for what's right? That's what the Lord is asking. All right? Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. Right? That the righteous stood in great boldness before the face of them that afflicted them, that gave no account of their labors. That's us, man. That's right, brother. Hey, Esau, big fucking hurt, man. Right? Talking about I served in the military, I seen buddies, I lost many buddies. Who gives a fuck? Right? You gonna lose many more. Right? See, like the elders say all the time, it's a timeout for you damn so-called white people, man. Enough is enough. Nobody wants to hear what you got to say, man. Right? You done fucked the world up enough, man. All right? Hell out of here. But the point, who gonna stand up? Right? Let me get one more. Right? We deal with the truth up here. We ain't dealing with emotions. Right? We dealing with the facts. Right? It's out on the record, man. Your own government is funding little children. All right? Getting trafficked, man. Right? Ain't nobody saying shit about it. Fuck out of here, man. This is Salakia, man. Forgive me for my language, man. You know, this shit just played out, man. So anyway, let me get that one in because where I was at, I was in Ezekiel 28. Let me get back on point. So anyway, this is Obadiah 1 and 21. It reads, it says, and saviors shall come up on Mount Zion. Who are the saviors? The prophets. And the Lord has raised up saviors, right? The prophets, the judges, if you will, in these last days. And what are we doing? We're standing up upon our feet, man, in great boldness, in the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, right? It says, and saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the Mount of Esau, and that's what's happening. This is why they want us out the way, right? This is why they want us off the internet. This is why they want us off the highways and hedges, man. All right? Because the true judges are standing up and they're judging the Mount of Esau. Mountains represent major governments, man. All right? So the true saviors, all right? Because in the spirit, we're like miniature Yahushas, as the brother Kazaki Allah would say, man. Right? We're like miniature Yahushas, man, that are being raised up. And what are we doing? We're judging the Mount of Esau, man. His whole system. This whole beast system is being judged by the prophets, man. Right? And that's why they said, hey, pretty much they got to get us out the way in order for them to forward their enterprise. See? It says, and saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the Mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And that's the message, man. Right? When the kingdom of heaven is established on the earth, it's going to belong to the Lord, to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And he's coming with his angels to remove all things that offend. Right? When you read about that in Matthew the 13th chapter, anything that's not of righteousness is going to get removed. Right? Wickedness is going to be uprooted. It's going to be purged. Right? So anyway, let me finish it out before I was interrupted by that bug out. Right? So let's go back to Ezekiel 28 and verse 5. All right? Ezekiel 28 and verse 5, and it reads, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches. Right? Hey, child trafficking is over, what, a $30 billion business? All right? Probably higher than that. Right? The fact that they have it on the books and let you know shows you that this place is wicked, man. Right? And it ain't a coincidence, too. All this stuff that's coming out all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, as all of this stuff is being revealed on how dirty these Edomites are and what goes on in Hollywood and behind the scenes and all of that, you got Hollywood on strike, right? There's a Hollywood strike right now with the writers and the actors and shit like that. Right? And they've been saying that this strike that's going on in Hollywood, they're telling you that it's a big deal. They're saying that, look, this could really shut down Hollywood. Now, if this shit really happens, what a coincidence, right? Perfect fucking timing, if you ask me. Right? As all this stuff as all this dirt and filth is being revealed, all of a sudden Hollywood want to go on strike. You want to have protests. You want to have all this madness go on, man. You see what I'm saying? So Esau not slick, right? Verse 6, Ezekiel 28:6. Therefore thus saith the Lord, power, Yahweh Shemawashai, because thou hast set thy heart as the heart of the Most High. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations. All right, these other heathen nations, all right, that have greater power than you. The terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness, man, because the Lord is going to turn, as scripture tells you, I believe this in Job, it tells you that the Lord is going to put out, he's going to put out the candle of the wicked, the candle, the light of the wicked, one of the two, right? But we also know that that light is also tied to wisdom, all right? So essentially, Yahweh Shemawashai is putting out the so-called wisdom of the Edomite, man. All right, as it tells you in Jeremiah 49, is there any more wisdom in Teman? Right? Because clearly this rulership, all right, is not being operated with true wisdom. Jeremiah 49 and verse Jeremiah 49 and verse 7. And it reads, it says, concerning Edom, all right? So it gives you the subject matter right here. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemawashai, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished, right? So everything about America lacks wisdom, all right? There's no wisdom in the rulership, in the politicians, in the Congress, in the president, whatsoever, man. All right? We're being ruled over by children of fools, man. The basis of men, as the scriptures tell you, man. As the scriptures say, they were more violent than the earth. And we see that through the fruits of their actions, man. Right? Tell me how a little child benefits from cutting off his penis, or a little girl cutting her titties off. Tell me how there's wisdom in that. Turning a kid to a transformer. What kind of wisdom is behind that, man? Somebody explain that. Right? Because they pushing this shit heavy, man. Right? This nigga really on the mission, all right, to get people to accept this shit. But you got those that are fed up that are rising against it, man. Because we see the social wars, we see the civil wars brewing up, we see the class wars brewing up, man. This place, America, is divided more than it's ever been, man. And that's all the spirit of prophecy. The Lord said, what? Think not that I come to send peace on earth, but rather division. So that's the spirit of Yahweh Shah, man. Egyptian versus Egyptian, Isaiah 19. Right? So in the lack of better words, that this place is imploding. It's being destroyed from the inside out. Right? So anyway, Jeremiah 49 and 7, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemawashai, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Right. Wisdom has rotted away in America, man. All right. Verse 8. Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. Right. And we're in a time of the what? Of the visitation of Yahweh Shemawashai. All right. The Lord is literally visiting this place through what? By the means of these plagues. Right? Deuteronomy 30 and 7. Now we starting to see these plagues, you know, slowly shift upon the Edomite. He's being called out. He's being pointed out. Right? He's the hated of the earth. You see what I'm saying? You're being found out to be liars. You're not the people of the book. Right? You ain't got nothing to do with the scriptures. Right? You're not a Jew. Right? All these various things. You know, you're not a righteous people. You see what I'm saying? You really don't fear the Lord. You know? And that's prophecy. The Lord would expose you. Let's read on. Verse 9, it says, if great gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If these by night, they would destroy till they have enough. The point, verse 10, we'll read a little bit more. Verse 10, Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare, right? Meaning the Lord has completely exposed the Edomite. He's made you bare, right? For your plans of your NWO, your Great Reset, who you really are concerning the scriptures. You're not European, right? You're not American, right? You're the Edomite, man, right? You're not French, you're not Spanish, right? You're not so-called white, you're the Edomite. So get it right. It says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, right? Because remember, secrecy was a part of this man's power, right? But now we're in a time where what? All secrets are being manifest. Things that were in the dark are now coming to the light, right? Part of his secrets are what? They also tell his secret councils, the Bilderberg, the Trilateral Commission, his secret societies, his occult, all right? Freemasonry, right? The trafficking as we talking about here. All these things he did in secret, he did in the dark. Now it's out. See? It says, and he should not be able to hide himself. He can't hide himself no more, man. You can't hide behind calling yourself the Jew. You can't hide behind the false narrative of calling yourself white, right? Because that was construction. The term white was constructed back in the 1600s, man. There's no such thing as white. There's no such thing as a black person, man. Right? It says, and he should not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled in his brethren, in his neighbors, and he is not, meaning he's ruined. That's what the Lord is saying, man. So now the start of it is what? You would be exposed, and then you would be ruined, and then you would be destroyed. Verse 11, leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. Verse 12, Jeremiah 49:12, for thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And that's talking about us, right? The Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics. We drank of the cup, which was what? Hardcore slavery, genocide, captivity, oppression, right? We drank of that cup, and we still drinking it this very day, right? It says, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. You see that? So Esau gonna be punished. He gonna surely drink of the cup, man. It tells you that also in Jeremiah, what, 51? That Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, man. Babylon is a prized possession to the Lord, man. Like they say in the world, you save the best for last, right? Yahweh Shem Yahushai is saving America for last for that final judgment, man. And we're at the climax of it right now, right? This is the worst the earth has ever been right now. This is worse than the flood, right? So we already know, we have an idea based off the prophecy on what the Lord is really about to do to this place, man, right? And it's not friendly, right? It says, verse 13, for I have sworn by myself, right? The Lord said, I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. So tell me, when did this happen to the Edomites? Right? If the Edomites were done away with, when did this happen? Right? When was when was Esau's hegemony? When was Esau's power structure completely consumed with fire? When did that happen? Right? It hasn't happened yet, but it's going to when we're in that time, man. Right? Babylon. Remember, America is synonymous with Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, Mount Seir, Idumea, Assyria, Basra. Right? It also tells you in what Lamentations, the land of Uz. All right, that's all synonymous with America, man. Right? It says, I'll finish it out before I go back and finish that Ezekiel 28. Jeremiah 49 and verse 14. I have heard a rumor from the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. An ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather you together to come against her, and rise up to the battle. So that's what's going on now, is that all these other nations are coming together against America right now for that final World War III. Right? The Lord's putting the spirit on them to gather up. Joel, the 3rd chapter. Right? The Lord said, let all the mighty men be awakened. Let all the heathen draw near. Roughly paraphrasing. Right? Because all the nations of the earth are getting ready for the final battle of Armageddon, World War III. Right? It says, verse 15, Jeremiah 49 and 15. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. All right? Because the Edomite is greatly hated. All right? Starting back with Amalek. Right? He's greatly despised. Right? It says, thy terribleness hath deceived thee in the pride of thy heart, O that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. All right? The Edomite. All right? The caveman, the Neanderthal. Right? This is him. All right? The Iceman. Okay? That dwelleth in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. So this eagle, which is a very high-flying bird, and it's spiritual because what's the symbol for America? It's the bald-headed eagle. What was the symbol for Rome? What was the symbol for the Greek Empire? All right, what's the symbol for the Nazis? It's all that eagle, man. Right? Showing you that these are the same people back on the earth ruling today. Right? The same infrastructure. Hey, like Elder Apostle Gabar did a lesson years ago. You go on Google right now and you type in Mount Seir or Petra, and you see the same design. All right? You see the same architecture, right? That was in Mount Seir, Petra. It's the same of America. When you go down to DC and you look at all the pillars and the architect, it looks exactly like Mount Seir. Why? Because these are the same people back. These are the Edomites that are ruling today. Right? It says, verse 17, also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof, man. Because ultimately, pursuing the Revelation 18, right? America's destruction is going to be televised. It's going to be seen and heard all over the world, right? Verse 18, Jeremiah 49 and 18. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, is this not spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah? As the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it, because according to the prophecies, America is going to be completely wasted. It's going to be completely wiped out. There's not going to be any remnants of this place, right? It's going to be made a total desolation, barren dry land, wasteland, right? Salakia. Salakia is hot as fuck. All right. Bear with me. So let's go back to Ezekiel 28. Lord willing, you can hear me. Some trucks parked right beside me. It's real loud. But anyway, let's go back to Ezekiel 28, right? So back in Ezekiel 28, we'll start at verse 7 again. It says, Behold, therefore, will I bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. Verse 8, Ezekiel 28 and 8. They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas, right? Because that equates to total destruction, which the Lord is going to do to the modern days Prince of Tyrus, which is the Edomite, right? Basically, what the Lord is saying when you read the chapter, the Lord is going to reward the pride of Esau, which will be spiritually Tyrus, right? Verse 9. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, Am I God? But thou shalt be a man and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee. See that? So that's when you're going to find out that you just a mortal man and you ain't no damn God, man. When the Lord completely brings down this empire, man. Once we're at the closure of this thing, man. Like we were literally at the finish line. We're seeing the Lord literally close this place up, man. Right? Let me get this too. Because all this wickedness that you see, it has to be rewarded, man. All right? Wickedness shall not go unpunished, man. He's not going to win as you think he is, man. Eventually, all of this madness, this abomination is going to catch up, right? It's going to be rewarded with fire. You see? So anyway, this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7. 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 43 says, But the day of doom shall be the end of this time. All right? So the day of doom, all right, basically doomsday. All right? The day of doom shall be the end of this time, man. Destruction. All right? World War III. That's going to be the end of this time, this age. And the beginning of immortality for it to come, right? A righteous world. All right? We're gonna live forever. All right? Under that second covenant, we're going to be perfected, man. We're going to have sinless flesh, new bodies. We're going to live forever, man. Okay? It says, wherein corruption is past, intemperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up. See? And those things are happening now, man. Right? We're seeing the strongholds being cast down, all the lies, false doctrines, false religions that have had our people bound for centuries. The Lord is breaking them chains. Truth is springing up throughout the earth. Psalms 85 and 11. Right? Truth would, it tells you that, roughly paraphrasing, that truth should rain down from heaven. Roughly paraphrasing. Matter of fact, let me get it. This is the book of Psalm 85 and 11. It says, truth shall spring out of the earth. There you go. Truth shall spring out of the earth. And it started with the rising up of the prophets, man. All right. Ultimately, after those 3 days and a half were fulfilled, right? That 350 years. And Elijah came back on the scene, who was Elder High Priest Abba Bivens, man. All right? When the children of Israel were restored back to their fathers, man. They were restored back to the righteous way. That's when truth began to spring back up in the earth. Truth shall spring out of the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven. There you go, man. So let's go back. Second Ezra 7. Second Ezra 7 and 45, it says, then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed. So you niggas not saving Esau. He can't save himself. Right? Esau can't even save himself from this ass whooping that Yahweh Shemel Shah is about to bring on him, man. Right? Like when the Lord made mockery of Esau in Isaiah 47. Right? He said, let your astrologers, he said, let your stargazers, your monthly prognosticators save you from the destruction that I'm going to bring. Right? Esau can't even save himself, so how much more you niggas out there, man, that hate to see your beloved master get called out, right? He's going to get destroyed. This is it. He had his hoorah. He had his time to shine, right? He had his time to rule. This is it, right? Wickedness will be removed from the earth. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor oppress him that have gotten the victory, right, which is the elect. There's no stopping the elect from winning, man. All right? The elect, as it's written, are going to be victorious. That's how the story ends. All right? The wicked destroyed and the elect wins. So you're not going to oppress him that's already been sanctioned to get the victory, man. There ain't nothing else he can do. That's why we're in that point of prophecy where it's no choice but for Esau to just fully come down with great wrath upon the believers of the Lord. Because he couldn't do it with this propaganda. That didn't work. Right? Us being bound by those strongholds, those false religions and all that, Jake broke out of that, pursuing to Isaiah 10 and 20. That the remnant would no longer lean upon him that smote him, but they would lean upon the Holy One of Israel in truth. All right? So all of his plans, all of his schemes, all right, hey, basically it's all wearing off. The witchcraft, his lies, the elect will come out of that. See? So there ain't nothing else he can do but to physically come down. Right? That's why the scripture said that. Let me get that too. Revelation 12 and 17, and it reads, it says, and the dragon was wroth with the woman. Who's the dragon? Esau. All right? The dragon really going back to this, to his beast system. Right? It says, Slakia, bear with me, Revelation 12. Revelation 12 and 17 again. And the dragon was wroth with the woman. The woman represents Israel. And went to make war with the remnant of her seed. Right? So we're in the midst of war, man. This is a spiritual war we're in right now, man. Ephesians 6 and 10 on down. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against spiritual wickedness in high places, man. So this is a spiritual war, man. All right? All the decrees against the internet and shutting the internet down and censorship of speech and getting rid of the Constitution and all of this shit is really because of the prophets, man. Right? Because we hold the true testimony. Okay? We are the witnesses, man. Pursuing to Revelation 11, the 11th chapter. We are the two witnesses, man. that have the testimony against this goddamn devil, man. So anyway, and the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai and have the testimony of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. That's us, man. Right? And he's wroth. He's extremely pissed. Right? Because we out here proclaiming this truth, man. Calling on the name of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. We got the testimony, man. Right? All of his strongholds are being eliminated by the spirit of truth, man. Okay? The serpent is basically being cast down. You see? So anyway, let's go back. Right? Let me get this too. This is Psalms 119. Let's go there. This is no saving this man. All right? This is Psalms 119 and verse 155. Psalms 119 and verse 155, and it reads, Salvation is far from the wicked, for they seek not thy statutes. So the point is that salvation is far from the wicked, man. Right? What does Esau got to be saved from, man? Okay? Ain't no salvation coming to the Edomite. Right? His ass is grass. Right? And they know it, man. Going back to the elites. They know that their time is coming where they're going to be destroyed and they're going to be eliminated from existence. Right? I'd be mad as hell too. To know that, look, you're going to be eliminated. You won't even exist as a people on the earth no more after 1,000 years. That there will be no such thing as an Edomite. I'd be losing my goddamn mind too. You see? So it only makes sense that he's doing what he's doing because, look, he knows he's out of there. You know? Let's get this too. Right? Since he knows that he's going to be gone forever. Right? This is the book of Psalm. This is Psalm 21 and verse 8, and it says, Thy hand shall find out all thy enemies. And who's the hand of the Lord? Yahushua, man. The right hand at that. Thy hand shall find out all thy enemies. Thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee, man. And Yahushua has found you out. Right? All his enemies. Esau, 2/3, and the rest of these heathen. Verse 9. Psalms 21 and 9, it says, Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thy anger. So what does that mean? What was King David talking about? He said he said that the Lord was going to make all his enemies as a fiery oven in the time of his anger. What is that talking about? That's the nuclear destruction. Right? The missiles. And also what? The chariots. Okay? The chariots are going to manifest themselves on the earth, and they're going to beat these people into powder. All right, to space dust, like you saw in the movie War of the Worlds, right? What were the chariots doing? Zapping niggas to dust, and that's what's going to happen. Esau even brought it out. You know, they did the what was it called? The UFO disclosure, where they had like the I don't know who they was, Congress or whatever, people in the government on the panel. And they were talking about the capabilities that the so-called UFOs possessed. And they said that they were able to unleash, you know, basically concentrated fire. He said, one of them said that it also looked like they were unleashing like liquid metal to a certain degree. That's that laser power, man. You read about that in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. It talks about the you know, the concentrated fire, the whirlwind. All right, Shalom. Yeah, my device got hot, Salakia. It got hot, so it went out. We back in there, though. We back in there. All right. Shalom. All right, bear with me. Right, beautiful. All right, let me figure out where to set my phone at. All right, we back, man. got a little bit longer. We'll wrap it up soon. So anyway, where were we at before I got cut off? Oh, we're talking about the eradication of Esau, man. The inevitable, right? Because here it is, you know, Esau, he doesn't believe it. He doesn't want to believe it. But in the back of these Edomites' mind, they know that what we're saying is true. But that pride won't allow them to fully embrace it. But it's okay, right? Psalms 21 and verse 9, it says, "Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thy anger. The Lord, Yahweh Shemal Shai, shall swallow them up in his wrath, and fire shall devour them." Verse 10 to point, Psalms 21 and 10. "Their fruit shall thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men." You see that? So the Lord is going to destroy their fruit. He's going to get rid of their seed. Your seed is what? Your lineage, your bloodline, right? So the Lord is going to eradicate them, all right? Let's read it again. Psalm 21 and 10, it says, "Their fruit shall thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men." Because you got the three categories of men, right? You got the sons of the righteous, right? Or the sons of God. You got the sons of the sons of men. And you got the sons of the wicked, you know, which are the Edomites. And the sons of the wicked are going to be totally removed. They're going to be eradicated, as we're reading here. Verse 11. "For they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device, which they are not able to perform." So the Lord is calling you out. You know, and said that they imagine a mischievous device, which is really this his mindset of implementing a new world order, a new rulership. All right, under the rulership of Satan. That's part of that mischievous device. You know, pushing the sea hip, basically tracking and owning the planet Earth. But the Lord said they imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. So the Lord is not going to allow Esau to fully rule in that fashion, right? It's not going to happen. But that's the mindset of the elites. They think that they're going to rule in this fashion forever. Meaning after they survive, because according to the scriptures, they're going to survive the nuclear destruction because what? They got the bunkers underground. They got the secret hideouts in the mountaintops, the retreats in the ocean. They got, you know, certain stuff in the heavens and whatnot. So they're going to survive, but they're going to be the what? The first fruits of slavery when the elect come down out of them chariots and become them hunters, man. All right, and we purge the world for wickedness, and we're going to gather them. We're going to gather them out of those bunkers and out of those underground retreats, and we're going to put them in chains, man. Right? We're going to bind, what scripture say, we're going to bind their nobles with fetters of iron, with chains. That's what's going to happen. They know that. It says, Psalms 21 and verse 12, "Therefore shalt thou make them turn their back, when thou shalt make ready thine arrows upon the strings against the face of them," right? Which is the missiles, man. Right? And those arrows, those missiles are ready. All right? They're already ready and they're pointed at America, man. Don't forget, Russia and Chinese troops are already in the Caribbean islands training for World War III. They already got missiles and silos already aimed at this place. You already got mercenaries and agents already infiltrated in America, man. That was the whole purpose of Title 42. When you had all those immigrants enter into America, man. And they said that there was mercenaries amongst that, man. Chinese, Russian troops, right? Probably some Iranians or whatnot. You never know. But they already have infiltrated, man. So you about to see this place go down, right? And it's so heavy. Going back to what I talked about earlier, dealing with the trafficking and them using that to push forward the that micro sea hemp. You got another thing that's going on too, because of that Title 42. You got all these Issacharites, Zeppelinites, you know, all these so-called immigrants that came from Panama and Central America and Mexico, right? You got a lot of what you call it? You got a lot of those so-called Hispanic gangs that have infiltrated too. And there's this thing, I forgot what it was called. It's a name that Esau made for it. It's called something tourism crime or something like that, because all these so-called immigrants that's over here, a lot of them ain't got no place to stay. And what's going on, they casing houses and shit. You know, they breaking in. You see what I'm saying? And with Esau, it says Esau allowed that. See, we're not, the scripture say we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. So, as Esau allowed all of this to happen, now he's pushing what? For more surveillance. Now you need cameras on the streets. We need to watch everything, because now you got these immigrants who they let over here that are casing houses, breaking into houses and shit, stealing stuff, robbing people. That's what's going on right now. And all this is being done in the name of surveillance. So that's another aspect of Esau forwarding this system, right? So you got that, and then you got children getting kidnapped and all that, so they could push giving them the sea hip. You see what I'm saying? So it's all tied in to this one world, you know, government system where everything is going to be tracked and you're going to be owned by the elites. So you see it, man, right? It's all coming into fruition. So we right there, man. You know, but the point, man, is that all wickedness and abomination is going to be removed from the face of the earth, man. Right? We're in a time of the fall of the wicked. Let me get something real quick before we wrap it up. Right? This is Jeremiah. All right? This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50. And I will start at I started 18. Let this pass real quick. All right? So this is Jeremiah chapter 50 and 18, and it reads, it says, "Therefore, saith the Lord, power, Yahweh Shemel Shah of hosts, the power of Israel, behold, I will punish the king of Babylon and his land, and as I have punished the king of Assyria. And I will bring Israel again to his habitation, and he shall feed on Carmel and Bashan, and his soul shall be satisfied of Ephraim and Gilead. In those days and at that time, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, the iniquity of Israel shall be sought for, and there shall be none. And the sins of Judah, and they shall not be found, and I will pardon them whom I will reserve." So the Lord is going to have mercy upon the elect, right? Verse 21. "Go up against the land of Merathaim, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pekod, waste and utterly destroy after them, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, and do according to all that I commanded thee," right? So let's get this word from Merathaim real quick, which is another name for Babylon, right? Bear with me. So this is Jeremiah 50 and verse 21. Because the Lord said, go up against the land of Merathaim. So this is Jeremiah 50 and 21. And it reads, all right, that word Marathiam, all right, Marathiam, it says, double rebellion, another name for Babylon, right? So this place, America, is in double rebellion. And that's why the Lord told us in Revelation 18 that what? Reward her double for her sins. You see what I'm saying? This place, we live in a world that's worse than the flood. Double rebellion, right? It's pretty heavy, man. Verse 22, it says, a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. And that sound of battle, what we see in the drum wars of World War III, man. The drum beatings of World War III. We're seeing the buildup, man. This is going to happen in your lifetime, whether you believe it or not. Verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder?
Good job, brother.
Hey, appreciate you, brother. Yes, sir. You good, man. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? So that's future prophecy of America, man. That America would be a desolation amongst the nations. This place is going to get wiped out by ICBM nuclear destruction. That's why, hey, like I went into the lessons, that's why there's emphasis on the movie, on the Oppenheimer movie, man. They say it's the most important film of the year, right? But that's the Lord put emphasis on that thing, man. Because the father of the atomic bomb, which was an Amalekite, all right, a 48er, a small hat, right? He was the one that pretty much set it in motion. And just as these Edomites, all right, as the scriptures say, Esau would be what? The end of the world, right? So the end of the world, Esau would be the end of the world, and Jacob would be the beginning of it that followed. So once again, Esau's world, if you will, all right, which this world is being ruled over by Amalek, we're getting ready to see his destruction. All right, we're seeing the prelude to his demise, man. It says, reading on, Salakia, finishing it out. It says, Jeremiah 50 and 24, reading on. Man, what is here out here? Salakia. So anyway, finishing it out, Jeremiah 50 and 24, it says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So this place has been caught. It's been caught up. The Lord set a trap. You've been exposed. You've been caught. You've been caught. You see? It says, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, have opened his armory. He hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation, which is the missiles. For this is the work of the Lord, power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, in the land of the Chaldeans. Come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, destroy her utterly, let nothing of her be left. All right, because we know that ancient Babylon wasn't destroyed by fire, man. Right, so this is how we know that this Babylon here is talking about America, man. All right, because the Babylonian, ancient Babylon, the Babylonians, they went down by the Persians and the Medes. Right, it says, reading on, it says, slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for the day has come, the time of their visitation. The voice of them that flee and escape out of Babylon, out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of our power, the vengeance of his temple. And that's what we're telling you Jakes out there, man. All of this stuff that's going on the planet Earth, the destruction of America, the exposure of Esau, the wicked, all right? All this turmoil that's going on throughout the earth, this is for the Lord's people, man. The Lord is telling us that he never forgot us. And this is the vengeance of his people, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, and Hispanic. So this is all going on for us, right? Jeremiah 50 and verse 28. The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of our power, the vengeance of his temple. Call together the archers against Babylon. All you that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she have done. Do unto her, for she have been proud against the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, against the Holy One of Israel. So this place, Babylon, America, has been proud against the Lord. Right? Did we not just come out of a Pride Month? Right? Did we not have, you know, Satanists on camera tearing the Bible in half, talking about F the Bible and all that? All these different things we've been seeing, man. Right? We coming after your children, ain't nothing you could do. You murdering children, eating babies, drinking blood. You don't think the Lord gonna reward you for that? You know, conjuring up demons. Hey, in this society we live in today, they out just letting you know, look, you gonna worship Satan, man. And ain't nothing you could do about it. That's the world we live in today. You have been most proud against the Lord. Verse 30. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Lord. Because, hey, who occupies America's military? Bunch of weirdos, moles, transformers, and women, man. That's what makes up this military today, man. All right? So this military, Babylon's military, is weak. It's finished. All right? Everybody's obese, can't make the cut. Right? Recruitment is at an all-time low. You see what I'm saying? So when it all goes down, they're going to have to implement a mandatory draft. You can see it. Right? There's no hope. Verse 31, behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah of hosts, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. All right? We're in that time. And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise them up. And we see in the stumbling now, man, because America has been drunken through its wickedness, man. This place is drunken through wickedness and pride. So right now we're seeing what? This place is stumbling and falling. Right? The Lord gave this place away. The Lord gave this place over to wickedness. And now it's been given over to pure destruction. Right? And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise them up, showing you that, look, there ain't no restoration of America. There's no bringing America back to its glory. The Lord said none shall raise them up. Right? Donald Trump is a delusion. Right? He was set up to prolong that false hope, that false sense of security in America. It's not going to happen. Trump not stopping World War III, man. Right? Scriptures tell you that in Isaiah 13, man. Right? You know, there ain't going to be no diplomacy. You know, you're not going to buy them out with gold and silver. And there ain't going to be no talks of peace. Right? Scriptures say there is no peace to the wicked, saith the Lord. And when they call for peace, just know that sudden destruction follows. Okay? It says, finishing it out, verse 33, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. All right, we're still in captivity to this day, and we're waiting for Yahweh Shai to redeem us. Verse 34, the Redeemer is strong, which is Yahweh Shai. Their Redeemer is strong. The Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai of hosts, is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. Right? So, who you ignorantly call God and Jesus the Christ, whose name is Yahweh Yahweh Shai, is going to thoroughly plead the cause of his people, man. And we're going to see that by what? Lord willing, by the way of nuclear destruction, man. What we see now, at the beginning stages of what? Of the implosion, the divide, all right? This shit basically being destroyed from within. And then the ultimate destruction, the icing on the cake, if you will, of those warheads coming down and us getting out of here, man. Lord willing, man. So I pray that this camp was edifying, man, all right? And continue to endure to the very end, all right? The wicked will be destroyed. Wickedness will be eradicated from the earth. And that's the time we're living in, man. So, hey, pray that this camp was edifying. It's almost done. Stay patient. Yahweh Shai is coming, man. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring. The house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Hey, shalom to you brothers, and shalom to the elect. Hey, shalom. Shalom.